All right, I am live. Hello, everyone. Give me just one moment to get all set up. Let me say hello to everyone in the chat real quick. Just waiting for this to come up on my phone so I can silence it. So just one moment. All right, there we go. All right, so hello, Layla, Sid, Trish. Thank you, Trish. Genealogy Junkie, Lynn. Hi, Richie. Aries Wanderer, Zendal, Sweetie Darling Lulu. Hey, Nancy. Mother of Three, Ronald. Just trying to start some of your questions too. Hi, Sharon, Sue Malik, Marilyn, Hattie G, Mara, no middle name, Jamie, Lisa, or Liz, New Grandma, Linda, Froxy, Roxy, Patricia, Jamie, Denise, Cece, Melanie, Gma, Karen. Hello, everyone. All right, before we begin, let me give some housekeeping. Well, first off, if you have a political or world event question, you can go ahead and write that in all caps. A couple heart emojis or some emojis. I'll try to get to as many questions as possible. Well, thank you so much, Catherine. That's very sweet. Thank you. All right. If you all could do me a favor and hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate that. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you're watching, please subscribe. I'm getting really close to 6,000 subscribers. I think I'm going to hit that this week. So next show or once I hit the 6,000, I will go ahead and give a free reading or Reiki session. So we'll do a contest for that. That's always a lot of fun. So please support my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. You all could do me a favor too and just send a lot of love and prayers to my mom, Loretta. She was tested positive with COVID and she has some lung issues. So a little concerned about that. So if we could all send her a lot of love and healing, I would greatly appreciate that. Okay. My members, we're going to be going live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing our collective group Reiki session and also some messages from Spirit for the next week. If anybody may be interested in becoming a member, I'll post the link in the chat. I'll do that right here. So for members, we do a weekly live and we'll do some group Reiki sessions, looking at the energy of the month. I can do some personal mini readings, do a lot of fun stuff. It's $10 for the month. So if that's something that you may be interested in, please sign up. We'd love to have you. It's a fun little community in its own right. So I always enjoy that. And I will be pulling 2 winners for my contest for my members as well tomorrow. So, and then I think just lastly, if anybody's interested in a reading or a Reiki session, I do have on my community page some of my offerings and discounts for the month of January. So if you're interested in a reading or a healing session, I also have a healing and guidance. So a Reiki session with some guidance from Spirit on our spiritual journey. So a bit of a reading and a healing session. You can send me an email at kevinlovingvibrations or text me at 440-376-4088. I have all that info in the description box. And like I said, go ahead and check it out in my community tab. As long as you book in January, even if it's going out into February, I'll still honor those rates. So, oh, thank you so much, Mountain Dancer. Blessings. All right. Let me go through the chat. I saw we had quite a few questions come in. So I'll just say, though, too, I feel like normally this isn't bad, but the last month, a lot of negative comments, in the comment box or, negative comments about me being biased and not being, obviously, uh, I'm very democratic, and so I see a lot of the Republican Party for what it is. So if you're a Republican, I don't know, or a Donald Trump supporter, I don't know if this channel's for you. Just keeping that in mind. But I do try to be unbiased as possible. But definitely a lot of our content and questions surround that. And also, I don't tolerate, negative energy or comments towards myself or other readers, anybody in the community. So just know that if, you don't have anything nice to say and you still want to post it, I do block people from my channel that do that. I don't tolerate that kind of energy. So, yeah. And let's all send a lot of prayers to all of those affected by, all the gun violence going on. It's been really crazy on the news the last few days. So, yeah, it's very sad. I agree, Patricia. And unfortunately, I've read on that before, and until we really get some gun legislation passed, we're going to continue to see this. It's very, very sad. Well, you're all sweet. Thank you all so much for the prayers. We really appreciate that. Hi, Betsy. All right. We've got lots of questions. Give me just a minute to start some of these off. Yes, my mom did get her COVID shots, Ronald. She just has a lot of lung damage, so it's always a bit concerning when she gets respiratory colds and all of that. But she's doing okay right now. Um, it's not she's got a little bit of a cough. It's not affecting her lungs too bad as of right now. So yeah, that could be Sharon. There could be a lot of bots out there. And like I said, it's been a bit brutal, and I don't normally deal with that too much. But yeah, I don't read into that energy, and I don't permit that kind of energy on my channel. So um, yeah, Giselle says most of us are biased on the side of good and honesty. Right, right. It might not be the channel for you if you love Donald Trump. You might not like to hear what I have to say, and sorry, and yeah, they're a bit of both, I would say. I do think that, and you know what, or hearing about how some psychics are better than others. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just not very nice. I've worked with a lot of people, and there's a lot of love in this community, and we're all entitled to our opinions, but it doesn't mean we have to share it and post it on comments. Yes, you're not biased. You always show us the set of truth. I think a lot of us we see very clearly what's going on in our country. So, um, I mean, I think some people that want to be delusional can they can believe what they want to believe. So, oh, prayers for your husband, Rhiannon. All right, you guys. Let me just catch up. I think I'm almost there. You're all so sweet. Thank you. I always look forward to our time together. All right. So let's take a look at Mike Pence, because I heard on the news that they found classified documents at Mike Pence's house. To be a bit honest with you all, I am getting very kind of tired of hearing about classified documents in the news all day, every day, as I'm sure a lot of you are as well. And I told you when we first heard about Biden, them putting it in the news that they found classified documents. Told you I was feeling something very, very sketchy with that energy. Like either they were planted or, I get really strongly too that, we have some Trumpists in the DOJ or Secret Service that's leaking this news to the press. I just find it very, very curious with the timing that, Trump's going to be indicted here soon for classified documents with the Mar-a-Lago, even though it's a very different situation. And, here we go. Now we're talking about Mike Pence, which, as we know, Mike Pence and Trump are not on good terms either. So I'm getting a bit tired of it. And, whether they're planted or not, I think that a big responsibility of it lies with the archives, because why are they not documenting this kind of stuff? Why are we just now finding out about all of this? So, oh, hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Blessings, my friend. Yes, that's very, very suspicious, I would say, and I've said that before. So let's go ahead and throw some cards on it. I don't see it being a big deal with Pence either, just like I've said about Biden. But I just find it very interesting with the timing of it all. It kind of stands out to me. All right. Yeah, I mean, like, what's up with the archives? Why are we just now finding out about this, and why is it not documented? I do see that how that is organized and structured. A lot of restructuring coming in with that. All right, but let's just take a look. If you want, we'll take a look at Mike Pence and these documents. We can take. I don't think I threw cards on Biden either. Just going off of like my intuitive feeling. It's like every day we hear more and more. Oh, more documents are found. It's just a bit curious at the time. Yeah, no doubt they'll make changes in going forward. I see them getting a lot of heat because of this. And I find it really hypocritical too, because Mike Pence was really on Biden's ass about these classified documents, and now we hear now they found documents for him. So pretty hypocritical, if you ask me. Oh, this is really interesting, actually, because the energy that I'm getting with Mike Pence is maybe he took some documents and not for good reasons, actually, because we have justice, so obviously it's being investigated now. It's being very thoroughly looked at. But the energy crossing is the moon, which is all about secret and hidden agendas. And we have a lot of money here too with the Ten of Pentacles, almost like deals made with others, the lovers. I actually see things charging full steam ahead, him looking very foolish, and like defeat for Mike Pence. It might be a bit of a delay with things coming out though, but it's like we have the Page of Pentacles. You can see he's holding onto that pentacle, onto the documents from the government, and things changing into a new direction for him. So, bit of a sacrifice here because of his arrangements with others. Yeah. think there's going to be a lot more to this Pence story, actually. No, I don't trust Pence either. I'm with you, Proxy. Yeah, I don't like tapping into his energy the most, but. Sharon, yes, but I don't know how near in the future. For me, it feels like things coming out in spring and maybe removals towards the end of the year for House members. I do feel like Santos will be removed, though, before a lot of these January 6th conspirators are removed. Is there a January 6th committee hearing today? I wouldn't think so, because I'm sure that the committee is still not in place. Oh, Electra Storm, I believe Deanne's going to be joining me next week. So, you know, she's been kind of going through some of her own things with her and her family. So, I think she's needed a bit of a recharge and just finding some balance. But yes, the plan is for her to be on next Tuesday. All right. Yeah, I agree with that, Sharon. She says, I think documents were planted to make it look like all presidents and vice presidents have classified documents so Trump would avoid prosecution. That's my feeling as well. Although I think there's something a little bit more with the Pence situation. And of course, these videos are always for entertainment purposes only. Now, he only had 12 documents. No, they might find some more because they've been liking to run this news cycle every day about more documents being found. Oh, interesting. Phoenix Rise Renee says, should watch CNN Pence interview about Biden documents. He was squirming around when asked if he had docs, and he was so uncomfortable saying no. Yeah, maybe that's where this is going into what prompted Pence's attorney to do the search. Well, like I said, we all know that Donald Trump and Pence are not on the same let's say that they're not on the same side. They are not friends or friendly with each other anymore after January 6th. I'm going to throw a couple cards on it. I've got lots of questions here, but I do feel like it was tipped off, actually, that Pence may have stuff. It's your tip off. I feel like they may have known that they were missing more documents and asked his attorneys to do a search. Like, they knew that he had something. And it's not very good because he's got the judgment card and the tower crossing him. So there's going to be a lot of bad judgment here. And a bit of a chaotic situation, because we have Garland overseeing it with the King of Swords. So definitely there was like some kind of tip off to them that they know that he has something to a search. Like I said, I feel like this takes a little bit more time into investigating, where with the Biden stuff, I feel like that's going to actually wrap up pretty quickly. But I heard the word tip off, so I feel like, intelligence or archives notified DOJ and said that, we know that these documents are missing. I don't think it's on the same level as Trump, though, I'll say. But, I mean, the tower crossing him is not a good look either, so. Yeah, that's a good point, Cheryl. She says, strange so far, Biden and Pence are adversaries of for the 2024 presidential, adversaries of Trump, too. So trying to make them look bad before we get to 2024 because he's got his own issues. So I know Pence has ambitions of running for president. I do not see him ever being president. I mean, first off, a lot of the MAGAs can't stand him, so I don't see how he'd even win a primary for the Republican Party. And also, he's just very, very, boring, very, very vanilla. He doesn't have that charisma or that spark, that excitability to him. So I don't see that ever turning into fruition for him. Okay. I kind of covered this not that long ago, but Genealogy Junkie says Ellie Dreams Down Under posted on her community page. Putin, according to Russian intelligence services, is getting ready to step down from leadership. Anyone hear anything else about that? I haven't heard about it, but last week when I think it was me and Mel, people were asking if he was still alive or not. I saw him very gravely ill and like bedridden. So that actually doesn't surprise me. But I'll throw some cards on it. I feel like I don't think he's going to be around in the picture for much longer. We'll just say that. So. Yeah, I agree with that, Janice. She says, Putin's very ill and some Russians say it is critical. I've gotten that feeling myself. And I've always felt like March being a really significant month when it comes to Putin. So, but he may be forced out before he ends up passing. She saw a report. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I feel like this is really resonating as true for me. Like maybe he's pushed aside because he is so ill. And then maybe, March comes and passes, or maybe he steps down or is forced out in March. March, it seems really significant to me. Yeah, I don't see Putin's pass just yet. He's very close to it, though. I see people wanting to push him out, but I think it may be because he passes, and then we have that transition going in. I'm gonna take this off because it's going up so far. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like sadness with these cards, feeling very, very down, and crossed by, betrayal, being stabbed in the back, defeated. But I see him still trying to hold on. And we know that he's that bully. People just um, fall from windows in Russia all the time if they're viewed as a threat to Putin. So yeah, I see him still trying to hang on. He's trying to be strong, but I mean, ultimately, this is the energy crossing him. He's defeated. And then I have the King of Wands above, so this is somebody new coming in. Normally, he comes through as the King of Swords for me when I read on him. So this is a new guy. Like I said, I feel like there's a temporary leader in Russia after Putin's gone, and then you know Russia's going to be going through a lot of changes, and there's going to be a good leader in there that's pushes these changes and promotes democracy and getting rid of all that corruption and greed. Like I said, it feels like it's a while out there, but at some point, Russia will be allies with us again. I think after Putin's gone, actually, a lot of the stuff in the Mueller report and a lot of the connections with Russian dark money and the Republican Party will be released. So, but I don't think he's gone yet. I don't know if I see him being pushed out. I think it might be his own demise. I think that there's definitely plans around that, though. There's something to that. Yeah, I don't think he's gone yet, though, Sharon. She says Zelensky said they were using body doubles. I think Zelensky knows that he's very, very ill. Nobody's even seen Putin, I don't think, recently. He's not able to be out there. So maybe they are using body doubles because he's bedridden. Maybe he's onto something with that, but I don't think he's passed yet. Okay, this is a good one. Lynn says, "What will Dems end up giving up, if anything, to raise the debt ceiling? To raise the debt ceiling." I think she's asking if Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid will be cut. I don't see that. I don't think Democrats would negotiate with any of those programs. I think it's going to come really, really close, but I do see some Republicans working across the aisle with Democrats to get something done. Actually, a good amount to be able to get something passed. I do feel like they may have to give up something. For me, it feels like maybe some things in the budget, something in the budget that Republicans want, but I don't think that I don't think it's anything crazy or like funding for Ukraine or anything like that. I don't see Democrats being on board with that. Like I said before, I think it's going to get really, really close. I think we're going to avert, that chaotic financial collapse that would happen if they weren't able to raise the debt ceiling. It'll be close, though. Thank you so much, Sacred Hag. Thank you. Blessings. Yeah, I agree with that, Evelyn. I feel like there might be something in the budget, but nothing. I don't see Democrats really giving an inch, like you said. And like I said, I feel Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, that's all going to be safe. All right. That's a good one. I didn't do any deep dives on that. Yeah, Biden said that there'll be no negotiation. Well, when things get really close, there's always a little room for negotiating, but I don't see them giving very much. Democrats will not do that. They're not going to do anything that's going to hurt people, like cut Social Security. That's not going to happen. Like I said, I think it's going to get to a point where we'll see some Republicans come across the aisle. There'll be a bipartisanship to get something done. Because I think there's about 20 Republicans in Biden won districts that, those are really close swing districts. So they're not going to risk their political future and crash our economy. Yes, Hilda, that was the first thing I read on. Do that. Okay. Well, the Dems give up student debt. I've read on this quite a few times, and I'm still seeing student loan relief coming, but it feels like it's obviously things are stalled, and I think it's going to be pushed out even later than what they're hoping for now. I think the plan is to hopefully have it all settled by, I think, summer, July. I think is when the freeze on student loan interest payments being made. And I feel like that might actually be delayed out a little bit more. It's like there's a couple roadblocks, but Democrats will get through this, and I do see there being relief for student loan debt. Absolutely, that's something I was picking up way before the midterm elections, and as we saw, I think towards the end of the summer, we were hearing a lot more about it. So I don't see Democrats giving up on that. I'm so sorry to hear that, Sheila. We're all sending a lot of prayers and love to your brother, Robert. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that, Wendy. And you know what? Nothing against some of the Democrats that have been in there for a long time and a lot of leadership, but I think with like Hakeem Jeffries coming in as the minority leader for the Democrats, I don't see him playing around. I see Democrats. I've complained about this for a while, kind of lacking a backbone and not fighting Republicans with their smears and all of that. And they really have to play fire with fire. And I see Democrats really doing that as the new leadership kind of comes in. All right, you guys. Sweetie darling Lulu says, will some GOP Congress people in certain communities be limited in classified or security info? I'm feeling like no and yes, if that makes sense. I feel like, and I don't know if they have a new Speaker of the House because I don't see McCarthy in there long. They had somebody new come in if they would have to redo the committees. Um, so maybe there's not a whole lot there to begin with, but ultimately it's like yes afterwards, or maybe after a lot of the January 6th stuff starts coming out. I think that's more like in the springtime, March, May, somewhere in there when a lot of those things are revealed. Yeah, then they'll definitely have to be limited in what they can see. Maybe like being stripped of um, uh, their titles or their access to classified information. So I'm feeling like maybe no at first, but then ultimately yes. I get yes very strongly. I think it's a timing thing. Mm, yeah, but like I said, I get yes very, very strongly that their access to classified security info will be limited. All right. All right. Answered about Putin. Sharon says, will Trump ever be prosecuted for Russian collusion and accepting foreign money? I definitely see a lot of this coming out. Um, a lot of those connections. For me, it feels more towards the end of this year. And as you know, it takes a while to really investigate, prosecute, that kind of thing. I don't know if Trump will actually be around to be prosecuted for this. Um, but I definitely see a huge investigation into this and a lot of people being prosecuted, Sharon. I just don't know if Trump is living when this all actually happens. I don't get good, as I've said before, I don't typically will get when somebody's going to pass, but um, I don't feel like Trump will be in the picture come this year, next year, in the next couple of years, and I think that that's why a lot of us will be kind of frustrated that he's not actually charged with anything, or being sentenced to jail or anything, because I just don't think he's going to be around when that happens. But a lot of other people in the Republican Party that have gotten foreign money. I see a lot of people in trouble for that. I got to know with that, Janice. Do you see Santos retaining the congressional benefits? I don't feel that at all. Honestly, my feeling with Santos is he's kind of planted in there, maybe by Russia too. So I see that being exposed. I actually see him in a lot of legal trouble here in the States and in Brazil. So yeah, but Sacred had he'll get his karma one way or another. And to be honest with you, I think the thing that would hurt Trump and his ego the most is to lose all of his money and all of his power and to be irrelevant. And that's what's going to happen. His empire is crumbling. The empire that he pretty much stole to build, and that was funded by his dad. But that is all going to crumble. His legacy is going to be nothing. His kids will never have any respect after all of this. So it's not up to us to place what judgment somebody deserves. He'll get his karma one way or another. Trust me. Oh yeah, Trump, his whole family will be penniless. And that very well could be to Giselle. And that might go into his legacy um, being totally discredited and destroyed. Yeah, that's kind of my feeling too, Janice. Santos is planning to get info on our congressional business. Again, for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, Beatrix, I saw that, and it's so heartbreaking what's going on in the whole country. I heard there was something in Iowa too. I see relief with gun reform, but it unfortunately it's not going to come um, as soon as what we would like, and I really see that being a big issue. I mean, sure, even after there is some kind of gun reform restrictions on like military guns, like AR-15s and stuff like that, there's going to be people, if they really want to get them, will be able to get them. So I'm not saying it's going to stop completely, but I see it really, really helping. And also, too, um, I think the FBI is really on top of a lot of this. Getting like those red flags before they happen for a lot of them. But I mean, obviously, they can't get everyone. I think like social media really working and getting a lot of that information is helpful too. But yeah, it's just very heartbreaking. I see it, like I said, though, I see it being a bit of an issue until we can get some gun legislation passed. It won't be soonly proved that he was illegitimate. I feel like that's going to take a couple years, really. But I've said for a while, I know Mel said it too, that we do see the Mueller report resurfacing. For me, it's feeling like more into 2024. So I mean, I wish it was sooner than later. But like I said, I don't even know if Trump will still be living when that happens. I don't feel he will be. Oh yeah, and this is a good point too. Let's actually read on this. What about Jared going to jail? I've said for a while I felt Jared going to jail, and I'm telling you, the Senate committees are going to. I know that they've threatened to start investigating Jared Kushner and where he got all of those billions of dollars and money from Saudi while he was working for the administration. They are going to absolutely do that. Let's throw in Jared Kushner because I do see things happening with that. Hi, Jane. All right, you guys. I feel like the FBI is already onto this as well because Jared looks like he's being extremely cautious and very nervous, just kind of tapping into his energy, like he's being watched. I think it's already being looked at. Oh, he knows he's screwed too. It's all about taking the money in the past. For me, it feels like more things in the summer for Jared, maybe a little bit sooner like end of spring, summer. I keep seeing the number 8, so maybe that's August or 8 months from now being really significant. But yeah, he's getting the tower for taking money, the money that he received. And do I see him in jail eventually? Yes. He's trapped by this. Yeah, he even feels he feels like there's nothing he can do at this point too. Just being at a crossroads, feeling very stuck and restricted, unsure of where to turn to. And we got the Knight of Swords, investigators crossing him, because we have the thief in the night for money that he took in the past, investigating his balance of money, overseas money. Yeah, it's not looking very good for Jared. He knows it too. Maybe he's indicted this summer. Like I said, the number 8's coming through. I don't think it's 8 days or 8 weeks. I think it's 8 months or the 8th month. I don't think it's 8 years either. Good question. I didn't even think to look into him. Zendal says, will we ever get corruption out of government? I think it's going to take a long while. There's going to be a lot of new rules and restructuring, more oversight so that we can work towards getting corruption out. But I think as long as there's people looking for power, money, are we going to ever fully get it out of government? Probably not. But I see it getting a lot better, but it's going to take some time. I feel like within 5-10 years, there's a lot of steps of progress with this. Oh, will we ever get corporations? Thank you, Kat. Yes, I do see them like that. That's like Citizens United. It's going to take a while, though. I don't see it like the next election cycle or two. I actually think as a lot of this stuff is exposed, like a lot of the corruption, like I said, I think as a lot of these rules are put in place, I think a big thing of it is getting money, dark money, corporate money out of politics. I see that transition, but it, like I said before, it does feel like it's quite a bit out there. Yeah, it's going to happen eventually. We have the Magician here, so this is the manifesting master being in charge and getting work done. He's the wielder of all 4 of the tarot suits. And this is like that justice, things coming to balance because of a lot of the things being exposed, that awareness coming in with the High Priestess. Yeah, we have like a new beginning. They've been very foolish as well. Info coming out. Burden, 10 of Wands here. But as we go into the future, we do have things turning. There is positive movement going forward. So I do feel very strongly that we are going to get a lot of outside money out of politics. Maybe I feel like it's going more to like grassroots and maybe some like federal or state money going for elections. Well, thank you so much, Catherine. Blessings, my friends. All right. Yvonne says, did Kevin just freeze? Am I frozen on anybody's screen? Yes, very sweet, Catherine. Thank you. Am I frozen? No. Okay, thank you, guys. I almost caught my hoodie on fire with my candle here. All right. All right, thank you, guys. If I'm freezing on your screen, Yvonne, maybe jump out and jump back in might help with it. Or it might be your internet connection. All right. Will MTG get kicked out of Congress before 2024? I do feel a yes with that. Strong yes. But we can throw some cards. I definitely see her as one of the ones in trouble for aiding and assisting with the January 6th. All right, all good now, Yvonne says. What do you want me to look into about the schools, Christine? Guys, I'm probably only going to take a couple more questions because I've been on for about an hour. And I do have something to do here in a little bit. We have like 550 watching. Thank you all so much. Do me a favor and hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm getting close to my 6,000 subscriber goal, and I would really appreciate that if I hit that today or this week. We'll do we'll run a contest for a free reading or Reiki session. Well, thank you, Hilda. Yeah, I see her. She's in some trouble. I see her turning her back actually and having to walk away, battle weary. We have the Judgment here with the King of Cups. To me, it's feeling like Garland investigating and bad judgment with that, leaving her tied up, restricted. This can often mean jail too, but very, very kind of trapped, very nervous. I mean, no surprise, she's very unbalanced, and that can also be with maybe funding towards the insurrection, you know, overseas money. And yeah, where it's kind of like the energies crossing is we just kind of have to wait and see, like envisioning the future. They're working on it. They are definitely working on it. Queen of Pentacles here, coming up as her. We have secrets being exposed with Queen of Swords here. Obviously, her pact with the devil, and then her having to walk away. Her back is turned. Very battle weary. So I do feel pretty strongly she'll be kicked out. Timing's not always the easiest, but I think before 2024, if not into 2024, Cheryl. For me, it feels like people leaving, I feel, more towards the end of the year. So I would say end of 2023, beginning of 2024. All right. Yeah, I don't think we feel very sorry for her stresses. And this is a good question. She says, are the recent severe sentencings of MAGAs in January 6th, excuse me, going to deter future insurrectionists from trying this again? I feel like a lot of them actually feel like they were used for Trump. And after getting all of the heat from January 6th, a lot of them have already turned their back on Trump. I mean, not all of them, but I think a good amount of them. I mean, and we can call them what they are. I mean, they're domestic terrorists. I see it. It's going to deter a lot of them, but not all of them, Renee. I mean, I think a lot of them are just very clearly very mentally ill, not grounded. But I'm not seeing anything like January 6th happening again or in any time in the near future. For me, it feels like it's more isolated incidents. Yeah, I did hear that there was the seditious conspiracy rulings for some of the Oath Keepers. Yeah, I'm sure it does have an effect on them. Like I said, I think many of them, it affecting them, but yeah, I just get a lot of them. Their heads are in the clouds. I mean, a lot of them have severe mental illnesses that they don't take care of. But a lot of them really going down with the ship because we have the thief in the night in the tower here, and a lot of them planning their future and seeing a lot of that chaos that they caused. Some of them, I do think that, they're just not there mentally to see it. Yeah, absolutely, Froxy Roxy. So I think we've learned our lesson not to be so complacent. Absolutely. I don't see that, Cheryl. She says, is there another coup being planned for 2024? There might be some people planning it. I don't see it coming to fruition. I didn't say that. Oh, I misread that, Sacred Hag. No, but I think people storming our Capitol and trying to overthrow our democracy and create fear and terror, I do think a lot of those people are domestic terrorists. I'm sure all the Trumpers that tune in and want to leave me negative comments will love that and call me biased some more. All right, you guys. probably do just one or two more questions. Let me just see here. Some of these I started a while ago. Yeah, yeah, I do see a lot more coming out about it. Butterflies are free. Um, I don't think they're going to treat him like Biden right away, but I think if some things are exposed, yes. This is a good one. We can change it from U.S. politics. We'll go to um, the UK. All right. Do your guides see general election this year in the UK? Every week there's more corruption coming to light. I'm not sure when the next election is in the UK, but I know reading on it in the past, I feel like um, I don't know what party it is. The more democratic one, the more progressive one. Is that the Labour Party? Um, I see an election coming earlier than when is planned. Either it's 2024, 2025. I see something coming in sooner. Um, I actually feel that they may have another general election this year, but for me, it feels like it would be more towards the end of this year, beginning of 2024. Devo is what I'm picking up. No, thank you, Richard. Appreciate that. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I think a lot of us are really sick of the hate and division. I see it getting better, but obviously it takes a bit of time. And really, during a lot of this dark times that we've had, you know, with Trump being president, and the pandemic, a lot of it, a lot of this ugliness is really being exposed and coming to the forefront, and so like chaotic and like something new every day, because it's really we as a collective and as our planet is raising vibrationally, and so really a lot of the ugly really has to be exposed. That awareness needs to come in for us to make that trajectory. I can't speak to the world that we want to live in, a more heart-centered, loving world. So it will get better. I'm not to say that we won't ever completely get rid of it, but I see things definitely coming more balanced into the future. Yeah, the darkness had to come out um, in the light, absolutely. And obviously, it's been it's been very hard the last few years. I mean, that's why I'm here to help bring calmness and reassurance, help calm all of your minds with all this stuff being exposed, all the corruption and just the nastiness of the world, hatred. Um, yeah, part of my mission is to help bring that peace for you all. So, all right, you guys. I think I'm going to wrap up here. Again, if you could all please hit the thumbs up, please subscribe. I think I'm going to hit that goal of 6,000 this week. I was getting very, very close. So, um, stay tuned. We'll be doing a contest for a free reading or Reiki session here soon. I'm very sure. Again, if you could all just send my mom a lot of love and prayers. Um, she's tested positive for COVID, so she's got some health issues. So just wrapping her up in a lot of love. She's not doing too terrible right now, but thank you so much, Cheryl. Blessings. Members, if you're watching, Our live stream is going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do a collective group Reiki session and also any messages for spirit for the week. Again, if anybody's interested in becoming a member, I'll post it here in the chat. No pressure. We'd love to have you if you can. And then I think I'm going to be on Mel's show this Thursday. I don't have that confirmed just yet, but that is the plan. Always enjoy being on his show, having him on my channel. And I'm going to post my January offerings again on my community board. If anybody's interested in a reading and wants to reach out or Reiki session, we can absolutely do that, okay? All right, you guys, I'm sending you all a lot of love. Talk to you all real soon. Bye, everyone.